Hey guys, Carl from Moose Plays. Today I've got another Mysticana expansion for you. This time I'm taking a look at Mysticana Realmseekers from designers Dustin, Dobson, and Thul and publisher Button Shy Games. I keep telling you this in all of my Mysticana videos, but I will tell you again in case this is your first one. Mysticana is a very, very cool deck of cards from Button Shy Games. If you don't know Button Shy Games, all of their games are 18 cards in a wallet. So this is an 18 card, basically standard deck of cards, a trump deck of cards, except that there are 3 suits ranging from 1 to 6, or realistically Avatar to 6, Avatar being 1 or 7, depending on the game that's being played. But the idea here is that this deck of cards can be used to play a variety of different games, and Button Shy continues to release expansions that add in 6 cards that also add rules to play a very different and unique specific game using that expansion and the original deck of cards. So here I am taking a look at another one. Realmseekers here is sort of a push your luck, stay in, jump out kind of game, a la things like Celestia or Mlim, as you say, where you're sort of going on these expeditions, facing off against a threat that is a growing threat, and at some point you need to decide to cut out of the expedition before the threat overwhelms you. And if you are the last person to cut out and you are able to beat the threat, then you'll score a bunch of points, whereas if you cut out early, you're guaranteed to score points, but it won't be as many points as if you made it to the end and defeated the threat. And you're going to go through a series of these expeditions. Ultimately, whoever hits 50 points first will be the winner. Disclaimer, I was given a copy of this expansion for this video, but as always, I will do my best to give you my own honest opinion on the game. With that said, let's head down to the table to see how the solo mode in this one plays, and then I'll meet you back up here to let you know what I think. To set up a solo game of Mysticana Realmseekers, begin by taking the standard deck of Mysticana cards, giving them a shuffle, and then removing 3 of them from the game, just setting those off to the side over here. And then I'm going to take the rest of the deck and just lay it right there. And then from that deck, I need to draw 3 cards face down. As what is known the protection area, and then another 3 cards face up here, grouping together any like elements on the card. So these 2 waters can be combined like this, and we just stick that there, so we've got some space for an earth one over there like that. And then finally, we're going to take these 6 adventurer cards from this expansion, giving those a shuffle, and then dealing one of those face up to myself and to the AI. So I'll just put those down here. This is my card here. I am the Beastmaster. And the AI for this round is going to be the Earth Sage. And I'll just stick those cards here, so we've got them handy as needed. And with that, we are all set up for a game of Mysticana Realmseekers solo against the AI Archon Bael. So the way that this game is going to play out is sort of a battle game between myself and the AI. And we are competing over a series of rounds until one of us gets to a score of 50 points or higher, and at that point, at the end of that round, when we do cross that threshold, whoever has the higher score will be the winner of the game. And the way that the game is going to play out is I am basically what's known as the leader in this game, and every turn I am going to choose whether to turn over the top card of the deck and play it out, or to sort of withdraw from the game. Or not from the game, but from that particular hand of cards, which is called an expedition. So I can leave the expedition, or I can continue traveling or continue on that expedition, and the AI is going to do the same thing. However, the AI is simply going to pull out at the end of the turn when one of the 3 elements has a total value of 13 or higher. I myself will be able to choose when I leave the expedition. When a player leaves the expedition, if there are still other people playing in that expedition, they will score a number of points equal to the number of cards that have already been played out, plus the lowest valued suit. So whichever of the 3 suits has the lowest value total, that will be added to the number of cards that have been played out, and that is how much they will win. If we do continue passing or continue playing on that expedition, or both players drop out of the expedition at the same time, we're going to check to see if we can sort of face all of the threats that we've encountered on our expedition. Each of those different suits is considered a threat. And the way that we're going to do that is to turn over the 3 cards in our protection area. And we're going to total the total value of those cards. And if that total value is higher than all 3 of the threats that are being shown to us, we will have cleared that threat, or cleared all of the threats and finished the expedition successfully. If you've finished successfully, you're going to add up the total number of cards, plus again, the lowest valued suit, unless if you are only a single adventurer that is attempting those threats, you will actually score the total number of cards plus the second highest of the 3 suits. The problem is we both have different sort of abilities for our adventurers that are going into this expedition. So even if we both make it through to the end, depending on what these cards are and depending on the abilities of our cards, one of us might successfully complete that expedition and the other one might be eliminated by a threat because of those differences. Also, before I point out what those abilities are, one more thing. The avatar cards in this game, when they're played out here, are simply a value 1. But any avatar card that shows up in my protection area will immediately eliminate the threat of the weaker suit when compared to that avatar. So for example, if it was an earth avatar, it would immediately eliminate the water threat. A water avatar will eliminate fire threats, and the fire avatar would immediately eliminate an earth threat. So let's take a look at our adventurers, and we'll go ahead and get into the first expedition. So I am the Beastmaster. It says Beastmasters are never truly alone, for they find their animal allies wherever they may go. So I'm going to add +2 to my defense. That's the value on the protection cards. For each creature, each odd-ranked card in the protection area. So I'm hoping that there are odd cards in here, and we will not see that until everybody has left the expedition. So I'm going to have to sort of push my luck based on what I do see coming out, although remembering there are 3 cards that have been removed from the game, to sort of push my luck to what I think might be in there. And the AI has the Earth Sage. It says the Earth Sage believed that each realm plays host to myriad spirits locked in a delicate hierarchy of power. Any who dare to call them superstitious soon regret their misstep. So they're going to add 3 defense for every earth card or leaf card in the protection area. So if I see a lot of earth cards or leaf cards coming out here, it's likely they won't be getting a lot of bonus. But for right now, that's a little bit worrying because there aren't any green cards out. So that is how the game is played. And again, we are going to play through multiple expeditions until one of us has hit 50 points. And at that point, whoever has the highest score will be the winner. Now, I know a lot of that doesn't make 100% sense until you see the game play out. So let me go ahead and get into this first expedition, and you'll see how it works. So I am always the leader, and I'm going to keep turning cards over, checking the total value. As soon as one hits 13, they will back out, and I can choose to retreat before or after that, depending on what I'm feeling based on the cards that come out. So turning over our first card, we've got a green 6. So the highest is an 8, the lowest is a 2. Okay, now we are at, hey, look at that, already that is 13. So that's 11, 12, 13. So the Earth Sage, the AI, is pulling out of the expedition. I can continue going if I want to. I see that all of these except for the 5 are indeed even numbers. So there's a higher chance that there are odd numbers here, which will boost my defense. And a 13 is not that high. So I'm going to push my luck so you can see what happens. The AI takes off, which means that they're going to score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the total number of cards, plus the lowest valued suit, which here is only a 2. So they're scoring 7 points for this expedition. And I did not pull out, so I am going to continue. Green's at 11. That's another odd card, which makes me sad. It's also another high card, which means these are going to be lower, but I have to push, remembering if I can't clear these threats, then I do get 0 points. There's a fire avatar, so I need to clear green because I don't have that to defeat them. I'm going one more, and this is dangerous. Oof. That's an odd card, and that's not good because that means 14. I'm going to stop there, crossing my fingers that this is 14 or higher, including my odd cards. Okay, fire's done, but fire's the weak one. That is odd, though, so that's a +2 for me. That's also odd. That's a +2 for me. Come on, big number. I need a 6 fire. Nope. All right, well, the good news is this instantly eliminates that threat. Leaves instantly eliminates this threat, but I need 14 to beat this. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Unfortunately, 11 is not strong enough to defeat that, so I end up with a 0 for this first expedition, and we reset. So again, shuffling all my cards, and I will reset the adventurers in just a second. Let me get these cards out first. And just to add to the randomness, I will do 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, following that pattern, like that. All right, so we've got a 7 water and a 4 leaf. Now let's reset our adventurers. All right, then I've got the Tidekeeper and the AI has Cartographer. All right, so looking at those again, the Tidekeeper says, Tidekeepers do more than record the movements of the tides. Their studies extend from the glaciers crowning the highest peaks to the invisible depths of the ocean. So I'm getting +3 for every water in the protection area, which, again, we're starting with 2 water, not great. And they've got the Cartographer. While some deride cartography as mere drawing, its most skilled practitioners pick their paths carefully to ensure safe travels. They're adding +2 for each location, means each even rank in the protection area. And I have no choice but to keep pushing for right now. There's a fire avatar. Still very low numbers. Leaves. Water, that's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but that's only a 1. 7 points is horrible. And there's another avatar. We're at 11. 12, that's not good. All of the avatars are out. And lots of odd numbers means they're probably going to do well. And almost all the water is here already, so I'm likely not gonna do well. But lots of high numbers haven't come out yet either. I'm gonna push one more time. And that was a mistake. Because now that's 5, 6, 10, that's 13. They will stop, and I can't do any more. So we're both gonna stop together this time. And let's see what happened. 5, 4, 2, no water, only 1 even. So this is 9, 10, 11, and they get +2. 12, 13 for them. There's no water in here, so I get nothing. So I failed, again with a 0. They are going to get, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is safe. 9, 10, 13, and again, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, because there's 2 evens. They succeed. So they're scoring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus the lowest is 10. 10 points for them. Because again, we both were there at the ending of the expedition, so they are getting the lowest. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did I count 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points for them. So they're now at 16 points, and I still have 0. This isn't looking very good, but let's reshuffle again. All right, and let's do some weird randomizing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yikes. All right, so we're starting with 2 avatars out already. Let's reset these guys. I got Tidekeeper again, and he got Cartographer again. I don't trust that shuffling. Let's do that one more time. I got Tidekeeper again, and he got Flame Scholar. All right. Flame Scholar is the same as the ones we've seen, only focused on fire, but it says, students of the flame learn early on to redirect its course. Those who fail to heed this lesson rarely have a second chance. All right, so let me bring this back on screen a little better so you can see it. All right, and here we go. He's looking fire, I'm looking water. Already they're looking a little better than me. But let's keep going. 6. That's an 8. Oh, there's all the avatars again. 6. All right, that's 12. So this is the last time I can duck out safely. But that's not a bad duck. And let's hope he fails. I can push again and hope that something other than green comes out. A 6 here would not end it. A 6 here would end it. Yeah, I'm ducking out. So I disappear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the lowest one here is 6. So 6 and 8, I got a score of 14 for this round. Let's hope that they bust. Continuing on. That's a 4 is 9, 10, 11, 12. Jeez. All right. Well, they are a big problem, I think. 6 and 4 is 10, and 5 is 15, 16, 17, 18. Turning these over, and yeah, they're in trouble. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They fail and get 0. So see, now we're at 14 to 16. Things did level out a little bit. Let's see how we keep at it. Again, putting these out in a weird order just to randomize things a little bit better. Okay, we've got an 8 and fire already to start. Okay, now I'm the flame scholar. And they've got the cartographer again, looking for even cards. And we push 6 water. All right, that's 10. That's 9. That's 10. Oof. Huh. Those are all good numbers. I'm going to stop. And let's hope they bust again. They might really not, though, and really hurt me. But let's see what happens. I see lots of high numbers. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. That's 16 points if I stop. Yeah, I stop. That's 13 right there. Okay, so I did stop before that went out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 9 is 16 points for me. And I had 14 from before, so I am now at 30 points. And the AI is going to hopefully lose. Let's see, 4, avatar, 2. The avatar of this leaves kills water. But that doesn't matter because the hard one is the 13 here. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 2s for even ranks. 8, 9, 10, 11. Again, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is 13. They lose 0 points. Yay. So we're winning 30 to 16. Let's see if we can do this. All right. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. 3, 3. Wow, that's a lot of fire all at once. Already that's 12. So let's see what we're getting paid for. I can be a little riskier this time because I'm already up 14 points on them. But it may also be worth it to be safe. They've got cartographer, I've got flame again. No, I don't like to repeat exactly. Let me reshuffle again one more time. I've got earth and they've got flame. All right, let's do it that way. And I'm not cutting out early. Water, 3. All right, so already they're crashing. That's 11. 12, 13, yeah, hold on. That's 11, 12, 15. And if they cut out right now, they get 5 plus 3 is 8. If I cut out right now, I'd also only get 8. No, I'm going to let them take the 8 points. All right, so they go out for 8 points. Plus 16, they're at 24, still less than my 30. So even if I fail this time, I'm okay. But I want to keep pushing. All right. And again, Oh, that's bad. That's bad. 11, 12, 15, 17. I better hope these are all green. Yeah, I gotta stop. That's dangerous. 6 is green. Oh, that's amazing. So 6 is 12 and 5 is 17 plus 6 is 23. I should have pushed further. I get all the cards plus the second highest, which unfortunately is just 3, but that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 3 is 10 more, so I'm at 40 to their 24. I only need 10 to win. And they need 26 to win, which is not likely to happen in a single round. But let's push on and see what happens. All right, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. Avatar red and 2, 3 blue. Not bad. Shuffling up, which could be our final round or expedition of this game. Let's see what happens. I've got Flame Scholar. He's got Tidekeeper. Okay. Pushing. 3, 4 fire. That is a 9 water. Keep going. Ooh, that's a 6 fire. Oh, what's okay? So water's got now what? 7, 8, 9, 10. Keeping going. 7 green. We may both score, in which case I win. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I'm gonna keep on going. Oh, I think that's it. 5, 6, 10, 13. That's a 15. I'm cutting out together with them. And let's see what happens. There's not a lot of water. There might be a fire. No, no, no. All right, that's 6 and 5 is 11, 12, 13, but that is 15. We both get 0. Try again. 1, 1, whoops. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 3 like that. We've got a 7 and a 1. I've got the Tidekeeper again, and they've got Flame Scholar. So be it. Let's keep pushing. That's already 13. It means they're out. Yeah, I'm going to keep going. No, hold on, let's see. What do I need? 13 gets them to 37. 13 would win me the game. Yeah, we might as well both quit and see what happens. But that's not 13. That's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 points. I need more than that. I'm going to keep going. Fire. Now, hold on. Before I do that, they should score. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Puts them at 29. I'm still not worried. All right. Then that 2, keep going. 5, keep going. 11. I'm going to keep going. All right. I'm stopping there. The problem is this is a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's only 9 points. I have to keep going. If I get a 0, that's fine. Go. All right. Well, that's bad. But if we can get a fire avatar, it will burn all of that up. And I need, let's see, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16 to pass this expedition. 1, 2. Okay, 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 okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I get 3 for each water, 3, 6, 9. So that's 18, that's 10, 13, 14, 15, 16. I cleared everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And because I am the only one left, I'm getting the second highest, which is this one here. 9, 10, 11. So I just scored 20 points, finishing with a score of 60 against the AI's 29 for a win. And that's it. That is Mysticana Realmseekers. Now looking at components, the only new components are the adventure cards. I do continue to love the iconography on Mysticana cards. Looking at these, again, the artwork here is very, very nice. I think the only one we didn't see in this playthrough is the strategist, so let me show it to you up close. Strategist says a KG strategist focuses on the most dangerous possibilities, so not always the most likely ones. So here you're getting 3 points for every avatar and rank 6 in the protection. So 1s and 6s give you plus 3 points. But again, I do love the artwork that continues to come out for these Mysticana decks. Big, big fan of the look of everything, but that is the only new component. So that's all I've got to say about components. Maybe back up top and I'll let you know what I think about the game itself. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that playthrough. So this is the same point in the video for all of these Mysticana games where I continue to remind you that I really enjoy this system, and I really have enjoyed quite a few, if not all of the games that I've played so far in this system. And I'm going to say the same thing about this one. I do enjoy what's going on here, but I am going to say this one's a little bit more of a meh than a loved it for me on this particular expansion. But let me get into sort of what's going on here and what I enjoy and what I don't enjoy. First off, this is a sort of push your luck, ride as far as you're willing to before jumping off kind of game, a la games like Celestia and Millennium. If you don't know those games, that's fine. But basically the idea is that some kind of threat is growing and you want to get as far as you can, or estimate how far you can get. Push yourself as far as you think is safe to go before jumping off and getting the points, meaning that you're getting more stuff the further you go, but if you go too far, you'll lose everything. I really enjoy that kind of a concept, that kind of a mechanism in a game. It's a very fun way to do push your luck because it really does make you balance sort of risk versus reward. How much do I know? How much can I predict? How much am I just guessing that I can get this far? How much am I sort of bluffing that I can get this far? And so on. And it really makes for a fun sort of emotional experience as you're thinking, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to try. And then it pays off and it feels really good. Or you crash and you say, so close. And it feels really good. And I enjoy that experience in games. So the core concept of this game, I do really enjoy. So basically, again, you're going through a series of expeditions. And on the expeditions, you and your opponent are both given an adventurer, and that adventurer is going to give you some kind of bonus to what's basically your protection against the threats that are coming. So at the beginning of each turn, or each round, each expedition, 3 cards are removed from the game, and 3 cards are placed down as sort of your protection cards, but they're placed face down so you don't know what they are. Each card, of course, is going to range between 1 and 6, and it will be of a variety of 3 different suits. Then there will be 3 threat cards placed out, and these threats are grouped by suit because each suit is going to have a threat value. And then you're going to continue turning over cards as the leader of the expedition, which in the solo mode will always be you because the AI can't make any decisions. You're turning over cards. And every time you turn over a card, the threat level of one of the 3 suit types is increasing until the point where you think that the cards that are inside that sort of protection set of 3 cards, plus whatever your ability is as an adventurer, will not be enough to defeat the threat that's coming, so you back out. And as soon as you cut out, if anybody is left in that expedition, means in this case in the solo mode, if the AI is left in there, as soon as I cut out, I will score 1 point for every card that's been played out as a threat, plus the total value of the lowest valued threat suit that has been played out. So the longer I can go, the higher that point value is going. +1, +1, +1 for each card, but then also based on the values if the lowest value is rising. So I want to push as far as I can. But if I don't cut out, or if myself and the opponent cut out at the same time, then I have to go against the threats. At which point all 3 of these sort of protection cards are turning back over. I'm going to add up the total value of those cards plus whatever bonus my adventurer gives me. And that bonus could be +3 for each of a specific suit card, +3 for odds and evens, or maybe +2, sorry, I don't remember the number off the top of my head, but a bonus for every odd card or a bonus for every even card. There's one that gives you a bonus for avatars and sixes, means ones and sixes, and so on. So you're going to add up that total value of protection plus your bonus from your own personal adventurer. And if that value is higher than the value of all three threats, you have defeated those threats. But also, in addition to that, if there are any avatar cards, those one valued cards, in that protection area, they will instantly remove the threat of the weaker suit. So fire beats earth, earth beats water, and water beats fire. So if you had, say, for example, a water avatar in your protection area, all of the fire cards would go away. So even if you didn't have a high enough protection value to defeat that threat, it doesn't matter because it's gone. So then, if both of you have gone up against this threat, you're going to have slightly different protection values based on the different adventure bonus that you get. If you both do well, or if only one of you does well, you're going to score the same way that you did if you had cut out earlier, except now there's a bunch more cards on the table. But also, if somebody cut out early and then you make it to the threat and you defeat the threat on your own, instead of getting the value of the lowest suit added to the total number of cards, you're going to get the value of the second lowest or the second highest, the middle valued suit added to the number of cards. So if you push yourself further than everybody else, you have the potential to get even more points out of it, except there's probably a reason that everybody else is running and you're still pushing forward. So it really does add quite a bit of tension. Do I cut out early to make sure I get points? Do I cut out at the same time as somebody else to make sure that I don't go crazy and give them free points, right? Because if somebody cuts out before you do, they get the free points, and you may or may not get points. So do I cut out at the same time as them so that I can potentially have the same chances they do and not give free points? Or do I push even further because I think I have the ability to win, and then I can score even bigger than the person who cut out? Really, really cool balance. The problem for me is that the solo mode in this doesn't work as well as I expect the multiplayer version to work. I haven't played this multiplayer, but I can see that in a multiplayer game, there's people with brains thinking that are competing against you, which means there's a level of trying to figure out when the person is going to cut out. What kind of risk is that person okay with? And there's also a level of bluffing. Can I sort of convince you to back out and push myself and then do well? Can I sort of convince you that I have something that you don't have, and so on? There's definitely table talk that can happen in this game to sort of, I bet you're going to lose if you keep going. You should cut out now. And then I keep going anyway, and then I end up losing, and then I made a mistake. Kind of a system that you lose when you play with the AI because there is no bluffing. And also the AI rules are such that the AI will cut out as soon as a single suit is 13 or higher, which is a little bit of a problem. Not a problem, but it does affect the game in a way because 13 is already a relatively high number. And that means the AI will never cut out before 13. If I'm playing against an opponent, there's a very decent possibility, depending on which cards are coming out. For example, if they have the fire, the adventure that gives them bonuses for fire, and they see a lot of fire cards out on the board, they may cut out early even if the threat level hasn't gotten that high because they don't think that their bonus is ever going to clear that amount. But the AI will never do that. The AI is always getting to 13. So I have to really think about, can I clear 13 at all times? Because the AI will. And if I cut out early, then I just have to hope that the AI is going to bust. Which does add some fun to the game because this idea that I can push the AI and they're going to bust and I can cut out just before they cut out so that I can score those points and then they bust. And you saw that in my playthrough and it does feel good. But the AI will always cut out at 13, which means that a lot more of the game comes down to the randomness of the cards and how things come out. There are decisions to be made. There is still a very fun push your luck aspect. There is still this emotional character to the game, but it does feel quite a bit more random than I expect it would feel as a multiplayer game than it does as a solo game. So what does that mean? It means I still really enjoy this game. It means that emotional piece is still there. It means the push your luck is still fun. It still means that I'm trying to figure out how far I can go, whether I can push the AI to bust, whether I should cut out at the same time as the AI so that they don't get free points and I mess myself up. All of that decision making is there, and all of that decision making is still fun. I just imagine that as a multiplayer game, this will be a whole lot more fun. It's still a great game, but unfortunately, the solo mode is only a decent game and not an amazing game, but that's okay because there are lots of games coming out for Mysticana, and again, this game definitely still has a place as a multiplayer game, or at least I expect it to. I haven't had a chance to try it that way yet, but as a solo experience, it's sort of middling. I wouldn't get this for solo only, but if you are going to play multiplayer, it is still a fun experience to get to the table occasionally solo, because that sort of thought process of pushing your luck and when to cut out and so on is still a fun decision process. That's basically all I have to say about this one. As always, I hope that this video was helpful for you. If it was, I do ask that you remember to please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon below, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks.